Hello and welcome to Management 3502, Management Theories. This is Dr. Maggie V. Voda, and today we're going to be talking about the evolution of management by taking a look at 5 theories: scientific management theory, administrative management theory, behavioral management theory, management science theory, and organizational environment theory. The first theory we're going to talk about is scientific management theory. Let's discuss a concept regarding job specialization. Job specialization, by definition, is the process by which a division of labor occurs as different workers specialize in tasks. It improves efficiency and leads to higher organizational performance. Scientific management is the systematic study of relationships between people and tasks for the purpose of redesigning the work process to increase efficiency. F. W. Taylor is best known for defining the techniques of scientific management, and he actually is known as the father of scientific management. Scientific management is basically the systematic study of relationships between people and tasks for the purpose of redesigning the work process to increase efficiency. Taylor was a manufacturing manager who eventually became a consultant and taught other managers how to apply his scientific management techniques. Taylor believed that if the amount of time and effort that each worker expends to produce a unit of output, which is a finished good or service, can be reduced by increasing specialization and the division of labor, the production process will become more efficient. According to Taylor, the way to create the most efficient division of labor could best be determined by scientific management techniques rather than by intuitive or informed rule of thumb knowledge. Now, you see number 4 of our PowerPoints is the Gilbreths. If you've ever seen the movie Cheaper by the Dozen, whether you saw the original or the remake, that's actually based on the Gilbreth story. 2 prominent followers of Taylor, F.W. Taylor, were Frank Gilbreth and his wife Lillian, who refined Taylor's analysis of work movements and made many contributions to time and motion study. Their aims were basically to analyze every individual action necessary to perform a particular task and break it into each of its component actions, and find better ways to perform each component action and reorganize each of the component actions so that the action as a whole could be performed more efficiently at less cost in time and effort. For example, the Gilbreths would study whether it's quicker to button a shirt from the bottom up or the top down. So they were actually time and efficiency experts. Administrative management theory. We're going to talk about the theory of bureaucracy, which you're probably familiar already with Max Weber. But Max Weber wrote at the turn of the 20th century when Germany was undergoing an industrial revolution. To help Germany manage its growing industrial enterprises while it was still striving to become a world power, Weber developed the principles of bureaucracy, which is a formal system of organization and administration designed to ensure efficiency and effectiveness. A bureaucratic system of administration is based on 5 principles. Fayol's principle of management. Henry Fayol was the CEO of a mining company. He worked at the same time as Weber, but independently. Fayol identified 14 principles that he believed essential to increase the efficiency of the management process. And these are division of labor, authority and responsibility, unity of command, line of authority, centralization, unity of direction, equity, order, initiative, discipline, remuneration of personnel, stability of tenure of personnel, subordination of individual interest to the common interest, and esprit de corps. Next, we're going to talk about the behavioral management theory. The first person we're going to talk to there is Mary Parker Follett. If you would consider F.W. Taylor to be the father of scientific management, you would consider Mary Parker Follett to be the mother. Much of her writing about management and about the way managers should behave towards workers was a response to her concern that Taylor was ignoring the human side of the organization. She pointed out that management often overlooks the multitude of ways in which employees can contribute to the organization when managers really allow them to participate and exercise initiative in their everyday lives. Next, you see Hawthorne's studies in human relations. You probably know this study, but it was very interesting. The idea was related to human relations, but the idea was that there was an experiment. The idea was to see whether or not raising or lowering the lighting increased or decreased productivity in a factory. What was found out was because every day when they were doing the research, they would actually go to the factory to talk to the employees about, whether that illumination was making them work faster, slower, or whatever. Well, it turns out that, and it is a human relations story, it turns out it had nothing to do with the lighting. Productivity soared. It was basically due to the fact that someone actually spoke to the employees and seemed to care about the employees. That's one of the most interesting studies, I believe, in management, in my opinion. And there you have theory X and Y, which we have discussed in our online class. But theory X and Y, basically in theory X, the belief is the average employee is lazy, dislikes work, and will do as little as possible. Theory Y, employees are not lazy. Given the chance, they'll do what's good for the organization. This theory is by Douglas McGregor. Management science theory. Management science theory is a contemporary approach to management that focuses on the use of rigorous quantitative techniques to help managers make maximum use of organizational resources to produce goods and services. In essence, management, which as developed by Taylor, management science theory is a contemporary extension of scientific management, which as developed by Taylor also took a quantitative approach by measuring the worker/task mix to raise efficiency. There are many branches of management science and IT, which is having a significant impact on all kinds of management practices, is affecting the tools managers use to make decisions. Here are the branches: quantitative management, operations management, total quality management, and management information systems. And organizational environment theory. It is a set of forces and conditions that operate beyond an organization's boundaries but affect a manager's ability to acquire and utilize resources. Resources in the organizational environment include the raw materials and skilled people that an organization requires to produce goods and services, as well as the supports of groups, including customers who buy these goods and services and provide the organization with financial resources. One way of determining the relative success of an organization is to consider how effective its managers are at obtaining scarce and valuable resources. The importance of studying the environment became clear after the development of the open systems theory and contingency theory during the 1960s. Basically, the open systems theory is a system that takes in resources from its external environment and converts them into goods and services that are then sent back to the environment for purchase by customers. The contingency theory is the idea that the organizational structures and control systems managers choose depend upon or are contingent on characteristics of the external environment in which the organization operates. Well, on that note, our PowerPoint presentation now is concluded. Please keep in mind that this PowerPoint presentation is meant to enhance the readings from your textbook. Please make sure you read your textbook and use other sources as well, perhaps the internet, but research. Please note also in the news forum, you did find this PowerPoint video source, but there are actually articles that you can read as well, or sites from websites that you can take a look at if you are interested. I thank you and have a good day.